think let us start the sharing. Everybody's. Is there still anybody left? Okay, just come back to your breathing and come back to yourself, center yourself. We'll get started with 3 Sadabel. Just sit and relax, such way that you feel comfortable with your body and allow your mind, once your body is relaxed and comfortable, it's easy for the mind to work together. So let us start out with 3 Sadabel as a way of invite the energy to our body and our mind. As you listen to the sound of bell, just imagine this sound of bell is the invitation of the awareness energies to your body and your mind. It's a means to wake us up. It's a sound of calling us to come back to ourselves. So, dear brother and sister, now you just open your eyes. So, how's your work? It's beautiful time of the year where you hear the sound of water running, and you can feel the sensation of the soft snow that's melting. I always imagine that, when I make a step on the snow, I always imagine that something is very pure in our hearts, and hear the crunch of the snow as you step on it. And you see the snow is melting. I was thinking of our suffering is melting like that as you make a mindfulness step. If you practice in such a way, you become like snow, pure. That's the original way you are, pure like snow. And somehow that you tread the path of life, you collect more trust, and you become ice. Somehow, we become ice, frozen. But when we encounter the teachings that allow us to understand ourselves, and we start to melt again. And just like, and when you have wisdom, and that wisdom is shining through a package of eye, a block of eyes, and you start to melt in, just like. That's how we practice mindfulness. So today I will share with you some teachings on mindfulness practice that I have shared with our class on Tuesday night already. But I think it's very important to understand mindfulness. Mindfulness is not something religious. Mindfulness is something that the energies of to be here in the moment. And we all have to be in the moments of life. To encounter light, you have to be consciously in that moment. And we are like that. If you are awake, you are there for the moment. So don't think mindfulness is something is Buddhism. It's not. It's part of Buddhism. But before the Buddha enlightened, mindfulness is already there. Right? Mindfulness is already there. So the Buddha, when the Buddha enlightened, he invites the energy of mindfulness more, wake up more fully and applicable to all sentiments. So mindfulness is universal and it's there whether you practice or not. Mindfulness is there. If you live in forgetfulness, mindfulness is not there. Right? But if you live in awareness, mindfulness is there. It is like a universal energy. The moment you come back to yourself with awareness, mindfulness is right there. The moment you make a step. But if you live in forgiveness, you might fail because it's ice. Right? For example, with some of the pot we walk with ice. So if we make a gentle step with mindfulness, we know what is under our feet. And we hear the crunch of the ice. And here you feel the slippery, and you be more gentle, more aware. Then you're not falling. But if you make a step and your mind is absent, your mind is not there, you might fail. You might fall. Right? So mindfulness is the practice of consciousness in the moment. And that's what the definition. Being consciously aware in the present moment. And in the Sanskrit word, it's called smriti. And mindfulness is one of the factors of the 7 factors of enlightenment. But mindfulness is traditionally it's investigation. But now, like my teacher, Teaching Khan, and other teachers bring mindfulness first before investigation. Smriti in Sanskrit. And in Pali it's called sati. Awareness in the moment. So in the here and now. It's very important. Consciousness. In the present. We call it conscious breath, for example. It can be translated as remember. So remember to breathe, for example. Collective. Collect your body together. So when you sit down on your cushion, remember to bring your body back, your mind back to your body. We call remember. And remember that you are a precious gift to your life. Just remember. Sometimes we don't remember that. And remember when you wake up, smile. Right? Somehow we wake up and then we obsessed by so many challenges of life, so many drama of life, and you're not able to smile. Right? You sit next to your kid, she smiles beautifully. What's your name? Nancy? Lizzie? Lizzie. Okay, Lizzie. Yeah, she smiles fresh, beautiful. If you have a kid, for example, you remember when you have your baby and then she just, or he just born, and he or she smiles so beautifully. Look at him. If you look at the baby just born, the first thing he or she cry, but after that, you say, pain, come out after one's womb. And then she smile. So remember to smile. When if you have something that obstacle with your life, obstruct your life, remember there are so many beautiful things beside that. Right? Beside that. Sometimes we have one drama and we rub around that drama. And we forget to smile. And that obsesses us. But mindfulness is remind us to come back and know that you have so many. You have a beautiful eyes. You have 2 hands to write. You have 2 legs to walk. You have a healthy heart. You have so many things that is healthy. But sometimes we forget that. We forget that. And just one small challenge, and we already lose our happiness. We already lose our peace. Okay? So mindfulness is to remind us to come back that we have so many. Beautiful things in life that we can enjoy. We can live happily. And mindfulness is remind us to come back to the moment. A lot of time, when you are young, you run after what? Future. When you are old, and you obsess with what? The past, most of the time. So we don't have the capability to be in the moment. But we tell ourselves we live our life. But if we was to run after future, most of the time we are young, we run after our job, our education, everything in our life. Right? Most of the time. And then after we run so much and we get exhausted, then what happened? We have no more energy. You're so tired. And you retire. You run after life so much. You spend so much time to run after your wealth, your powers, all that kind of stuff. And then at the age of 60, 63, 60, and you retire and you get exhausted. And now you run after the past, what you have done. We don't have the capability to really encounter our life, live our life in the moment. But according to the teaching of Buddha, life only available in the moment, in the present. That is where you meet your life, in the moment. So this morning we wake up and 3 of us have tea, 3 monks here. I know that we have the day of mindfulness, and we get up, we meditate, we do chanting, and then we have tea and we have breakfast. That's how we get out ready for the day. We know that to live together is a present. Young monks, very difficult to find young monks. in the West. Very difficult. We have so much material, and nobody want to become a monastic. Because we have to go through a lot of training, and we have to get up early. But monastic life is beautiful for me. We're able to do the practice. Every day I read the teaching of the Buddha, every day. In the morning before I come down here, I read some teaching of the Buddha. Before I go to sleep, I read some of the teaching of the Buddha. And it's a gift. It's a gift. We have time to do that. And it's remind me that life is short. I've been in America 34 years now. But it's like yesterday. I look back, it's just like yesterday. And that's why life is short. And I ask myself, what can I do? I remember that I met Thay Zen Master Thay Tinh. I read so many of his books before I came to Providence. 1997. Summer of 1997. And now it's 22 years already. 22 years. It's a click of hand. And now he's not able to speak right now. He go through a severe hemorrhage and not able to speak. So when in my meditation I sit and contemplate about life. If we don't aware of life, at the moment life runs by very fast. We got our health is wearing out. Day by day you get more gray hair. It doesn't mean that we are wise. Or it doesn't mean that wise. So remember that. You have a certain amount of life, years to live life. And how you want to live your life, that's your choice. That's your choice. So every day you meditate on awareness, mindfulness. Remember. So there's a list of 7 things that people do differently with mindfulness. So if you live mindfulness, and this list is created by Elisa Goldstein, PhD, and she's the author of The Now Effect. And there are 7 things that she have mentioned. The first thing is approach everyday things with curiosity and savor them, mean to enjoy them. Remember that. Every day you wake up, your life is brand new. You have 24 hours to explore your life and to enjoy your life. That's the first thing. Ask yourself, am I enjoying my life? Enjoy here, you don't have to have everything to enjoy life. The moment you come back to yourself and breathe relaxedly, be in yourself, you already enjoy life. Open your eyes. You don't have to have abundance of things in order to enjoy life. The moment you come back to yourself and open your eyes, and you see the tree. If you are mindful, you say that, oh tree, the trees are in you. The tree offer you so much oxygen to breathe, right? And that's, yes. And you say, oh thank you trees. And please save that moment, the tree. Your life and the trees is connected. Imagine that all the forest is taken down, right? We don't have fresh air to breathe. And when you think of that, you're already much more enjoyable, much more happier in that moment. The second thing is that mindful people do differently is forgive their mistakes, big or small. But as I said, you don't have to forgive, you transform them. Change the mistake, transform your mistake. Turn that mistakes in flower. Turn that mistakes into strength. Right? You can do that. So you don't have to obsess yourself with the big mistakes or small mistakes. We all make mistakes in our life. Doesn't matter who we are. But the question is, are you able to transform them, to change them, and move on? Right? For example, you make a mistake to marry someone that at first you thought that it would be a happy marriage, but somehow down the road, you don't feel very happy with that marriage. Right? And say, I make a big mistake to be with this person. And sometimes you create so much drama together. And it's obsessive you. So what's the percentage of divorce nowadays? Above 50, right? Above 50. That means you, about 50% of us, or more than that, make a mistake. Right? But through that marriage, you can learn a lot. You don't have to be obsessed by that unhappy marriage, by mistake. Monks, they don't marry because of that. Because a lot of drama in relationship. But doesn't mean a monk don't have drama. Different drama. You know? But if we have the practice of awareness, we can turn that around, you know. That marriage can be very ugly. And you can turn around that marriage. And the third thing is show gratitude for the moments and grace for the bad ones. So you can make a mistake and you can learn from that and feel gratitude. Because of that, I become more mature in my life. Right? Because of that, I can learn to treasure my life more. Treasure my life more. So gratitude for the moments. And so gratitude for that mistakes. For that mistake. Don't turn that grudge, that mistake into your enemy and your grudge. That's ugly. Because when you have awareness, you have mindfulness, you remember that life is a training. And life is a game of life. That you want to know how, you want to play life, the game of life, it's up to you. Life is a game that we all play, different part of that game. But with mindfulness, we can carefully play in such a way that you become an expert of life. And you can pay gratitude to life. And the fourth thing is practice compassion and mutual connection. So when you have awareness, mindfulness, and then you have compassion to yourself, right? A lot of times we don't have a compassion to our life. If you have compassion in your life, then you will not abuse yourself. And many of us, we are abusing our life. For example, those friends that are taking drugs, abuse substance, right? They don't have compassion for themselves. And when you don't have awareness and mindfulness, you don't see the connection between you and your health and the environment around. So the moment that you see the connection between you and nature, you have compassion, you have kindness for yourself, for nature. Compassion here that we can, in accordance to the Buddha, is compassion that means you feel the pain of yourself. And when you feel the pain in yourself, you have compassion. And you feel the pain of others, then you have compassion. And this is the reason why in the Four Noble Truths, the first Noble Truth is the noble of suffering. And why there is no certain that the Buddha say the first Noble Truth is the noble of suffering. Because once you understand suffering, then you have compassion. And that suffering, that pain turn into kindness because of that. So once you understand the pain of yourself, then you will have compassion for yourself. You will not stop taking drugs, stop smoking, right? All that. Stop your drinking habits. That is compassion that you have for yourself. You come in here, I mean you have compassion for yourself. Why? You come in here, you're able to sit down. Make the time for yourself. Instead of, right now instead of going to the party right now, instead of staying home, taking all the drinks for the weekend, go on party. You waste your money. And you spend your money in a way that you think that there is joy and there is exciting, but sometimes it's not that way, right? So you come and able to make a moment to sit down and aware of what is going on in your body, the sensation in your body. That is compassion. And the fifth one is making peace with imperfection. So nobody is perfect, right? Nobody is perfect, except the Buddha. I don't know whether the Buddha is perfect or not. But he had so much love, so much care, so much concern for human society. At the beginning, he's not perfect, right? At the beginning, he's not perfect. He made a mistake in his life. What kind of mistake he made? Very big mistake. You know? Do you think the Buddha made a mistake? He does. He was practicing what? Mindfulness? Oh, no, that's maybe a little bit more later. Mindfulness is after he got enlightened. He practiced mindfulness. First thing he make a mistake, he abused his body. By what? Yeah. No sleeping, no eating, ascetic. For many years. He did one piece of sesame or one piece of rice a day, and he's very skinny. He almost died. Right? That very big mistake. And after he realized that, oh, no good. I killed my body. That's a draft. I haven't get enlightened yet, but my body already died. That big mistake. But he realized, after that, that he killed himself. He abused his body. So he go out and what? And go almond, It's once a day to restore his energy. So he's not perfect yet. He made the mistake, but he realized that. So if you're making a mistake in your life, that's okay. You're human, and we are human. But with mindfulness, with awareness, we'll come back and change our life better. In a Western society, according to psychology, we are marginalizing our body and ourselves. We deny. Deny and marginalize is a disease. It's a sickness according to psychologists. That means we don't have love for our body, our mind. Doesn't mean love here doesn't mean that you indulge in your body. Right? It doesn't mean you indulge in. Sometimes we take indulgence of our body. Right? We go so much farther. Over-consuming. And our society is a society of consuming. Everything is about consuming. Now technology is another way of consuming. Right? I don't think that it's only food, but technology is over-consuming. Nowadays, we got distracted so much about social media, iPhone, iPad, smartphone. Everybody, we all does that to distract our mind. Right? Distract our mind. So if you don't have peace in yourself, you get to your phone and you look up, social media, Facebook, all that kind of stuff to get away. And then we need mindfulness to bring us back. Us back. How much you consume? Moderate. Maybe you look at your smartphone or iPhone twice a day. It's okay. Check your email twice a day. Not more than that. So mindfulness is aware of what is in your body and around it, environment. And the fifth things mindfulness people does is embrace vulnerability. This is very difficult by trusting others and themselves. Nowadays, sometimes we don't trust ourselves because we have the wounds inside ourselves. But if you are mindful, you're aware, you go back to practice in such a way that to transform that wounds in yourself. We all have some wounds in our hearts, right? Through communications, to the way that we interact with other people. And somehow that we are vulnerable. And we lost our trust.